Night Stalker, we've been seeing in the off lane, although at times it's felt that Night Stalker has not really, been as strong as we would have thought. He is a strong hero overall, but at the same time, it's just the last like 1 or 2 times I've seen it has felt quite underwhelming, and now they go to the Lich, which might be the right call here to help kind of up the team fight and help out this this Night Stalker. Because if he can run at you and have that Frost Shield out,
10 seconds
put
remaining.
yourself in a decent spot to chase.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see what direction they do want to go in. Especially with this 4th pick. It looks as though they've got the 1-4-5 selected. They'll go Skywrath Mage. Not something you see too often, and maybe that moves Tiny mid. But mid Skywrath maybe? Who knows? I would definitely be interested in seeing that.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So we'll see what Vici Gaming want to go for. As they've got this Lich, Gyro, and Night Stalker. They should be looking potentially for a 4 position here. Rubik getting banned out in the previous phase by EHOME.
Dire team ban.
And they go for the Elder Titan, so they will pick up their 2nd support. Elder Titan Lich. Lockdown is, leaving more to be desired here. I would definitely like to see them get another, another piece of lockdown. The same could kind of be said for EHOME. They've got Ice Path, Avalanche Toss. Like, both teams could definitely use another stun. Like a mid-puck, potentially. Void's already banned out. If you were to maybe put the Gyro mid. And Kunkka's banned, Alina's banned. We'll see what these last bans will be from both teams. My blue light dimmer has come on. And there's the puck ban. Yeah, I figured that would be the go-to. We'll see what Vici would like to get out of the way here.
10 seconds
They could go back to the Storm. Although,
5 seconds remaining.
not really. You get that silence on you from the Skywrath, and you're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, you got to get rid of that Invoker. Ember is definitely a good call. Searing Chains will do you well. The mobility will be great. You definitely benefit from the Lich's Frost Shield. And then into the Morphling. Is that a mid? Skywrath? No, mid Morphling. Safe lane Lycan. Should be off lane Tiny. Yep. and then a 4-position Skywrath Mage. So I thought for a moment it could be a mid Skywrath, but we won't see that today, unfortunately. And then it's mid Ember, 4-position Elder Titan, 5-position Lich, Paparazzi back on the Gyro, Yang on the Night Stalker. So game 2 here. Again, remember that EHOME did take game 1. And we'll have to see their approach to game 2 here. I like their lineup with the silence. I think that they really can make something happen. It comes down to their lockdown and how they approach this, especially how Vici are going to go after this Morphling. Last time we saw a Morphling, he had pretty much free reign. And, you know, when you allow someone to have that kind of space and time, you can be asking for trouble come the mid game. Are we gonna see the spam? Show me the spam, Faith Beyond, please. There it is. Except now it's about DY. Oh boy. Now DY is the brunt of it all. See if we can get a first blood for either team. Jinkyu, nothing skilled just yet. Faith Beyond, of course, taking the tree throw. See how the lanes also turn out for EHOME.
The battle
and it looks like it'll still stand as a 2-1-2. But Vici faded here with 897. Maybe looking for the proper matchup. You need to block these creeps, do the best they can. 2 bounty runes apiece, so even with 2 heroes back towards the mid lane, no fight for a first blood, and no fight for the bounties, 2 for each side. And Vici faded goes to the off lane. Okay. Or at least that's where he's heading for the moment. Or not. Oh, okay. But just wasting more and more time. This will give some soul experience to Innocence, which I guess, yeah, sure, give a Jakiro level 2 pretty quickly. If you'd like. Or at least attempt to. Definitely not going to be easy. Yang can easily deny these creeps. And finally, VT Faded will make his way over. We'll see how this Liking can do up against PYW and Yang. I think first nighttime is where you want to be making your movement as the Night Stalker. But we've seen just first Night Stalkers be ineffective. And from there, almost ineffective for the entire game. So Yang really needs to make his presence felt. In this first nighttime when it comes, I think to get the ball rolling in this game for the Knights, for himself. Meanwhile, 897 over mid. Ori already level 3, and yeah, 897 will come back. I mean, it's not even by any means. Ori already 6 denies. A pretty good start for this Ember overall. Is 897 trying to do what he can, but for the moment struggling. And struggling to get some CS, struggling to lock down some farm, and Flame Guard well, will be activated by Ori and push back this Morphling into a spot where he hopes to get denies and last hits. And he will get one. That'll give him his third, but look at how far back he has to go, and now finally popping that south. Concussive shot on the Eurus. Rocket Barrage comes in. Avalanche coming through. Faith Beyond still in a lot of trouble. Shield placed on the Eurus, and they'll have Rocket Barrage again for him to chase down Faith Beyond. And first blood for Vici. Not only that, they are grabbing themselves an early 1,000 net worth lead. Ori doing a lot of damage to the Morphling, but still needs to be careful. Has Flame Guard and one salve / charge on the bottle. Now 897, he's got tangos to work with, but whew, sitting really low, heavy into that Agi. Or he just 19-9, 22-6 for the Night Stalker. So Yang, I think, definitely has an opportunity to make his presence felt in this top lane come the first night, which will be here in 46 seconds. As you look at the damage from PYW with that extra 138 damage. Were they stacking this camp? No. That used to be the go-to. You would put the 4 position Elder Titan here, and then stack this camp as many times as you could, pulling it over, and then you'd throw the Spirit here back into the lane, where actually throw the Spirit out from the stack, bring it up to the heroes in the lane, and back to you hitting the creeps, and you'd have a big chunk of damage coming your way and outputting it onto the opponent. Oh, DY. He'll fall. Faith Beyond should be the trade. They've got the shield. They might even go for more on Jin Q, who's out of mana. Rocket Barrage, he's trying to pick up the bounty rune and doesn't actually even get that. So Jin Q might be chased. He picks up the bounty rune, one more shot. Paparazzi doesn't get it. Now trying to get around these trees, but the Avalanche is there to stop him from getting the kill on the Skywrath. So, you know, you look at how well these lanes are going. Yang now into the night. Like I said, first night, they got to try and make something happen. VT Fate getting pushed back pretty heavily. And right on out of this lane. This PYW, no extra damage, but still just slapping with that goblet into the face of the Lycan. Ori 30-12. The denying has slowed down a bit. But 10 CS ahead of this morph. I believe that doesn't include any neutral camps yet. Look at this. Yang, I would like to see him maybe move around a little bit more, but having the advantage in the lane, getting these levels is fine with him, and trying to get as quick of a 6 as he wants. With the easy last hits coming his way, just about to hit 40 for the game. He's 5 ahead of VT Faded. Despite all the harassment, he has been able to hold on. We switch it over to the net worth, and well, it will be yours towards the top. DY dies again. Rocket Barrage coming out onto Jin Q once more. Faith Beyond not certain he can turn around, as you know, he's got enough mana for an Avalanche, and as well as a toss. And actually now Paparazzi getting chased by Jin Q. They'll have the Frost Blast and the kill. They'll slow down Faith Beyond, who wants the Avalanche with the toss. Only finds the Avalanche and now might just be dead. DUI tossed back and oh, flat cannon. Whew. Just on the edge. Sitting so low. And gets, of course, gets both. So Paparazzi, yes, he'll have to walk all the way back, but getting that double kill will really help him. And when you look at where he is in terms of net worth, a full 1,000 gold ahead of Like It. Vici faded, not exactly having the game of his life. Sleight of fist comes through from Ori. They'll get the kill there. Maybe look for more, but Ori now needs to back off with the Flame Guard. They've got the salve concussive shot, or no, just the silence coming in with the Q of Jing Q. And they got themselves one. They look for two. They miss the ice path. This is going to be a little bit harder. Well, they might have thrown the concussive shot with the arcane bolt, but thought I saw that for a second.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not exactly a huge split in terms of kills, but every lane going really well for Vici in terms of CS and farming up here. Paparazzi early phase boots and just about 4,000 net worth. And then Ori, meanwhile, he's going into the Maelstrom, has boots, or has treads, has bottle. And Yang going down over top to Jingqiu, who, surprisingly, they get that kill, and he doesn't even have that 6 yet, but I believe it was probably Avalanche Toss with the Arcane Bolt and Concussive Shot, so a quick little kill there on the Yang. Still within this nighttime for another 30 seconds, and in my eyes, a bit underwhelming. So this is allowing EHOME to kind of drag it back as 897 into the Morbid Mask going boots. We'll have the Yasha to follow that up. I think we saw Morphling go Morbid Mask into the Ags in the last series, so we'll see if that's the case again. At least after the Yasha. Meanwhile, Lycan with the early Helm of the Dominator. So has those wolves, has that Centaur Conqueror, now switching over to the Dark Troll Summoner. Has that Ensnare if they choose to chase. DY just getting solo experience here bottom and some decent farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So, you know, at the moment, Vici,
Dire's top tower
they're in the
is under
daytime. Yang not giving them all too much, but he does have the Dark Ascension. So they could fight if they choose to, but this is actually the aggression from EHOME that leads to a kill on Eurus. Faith Beyond, I want to see if he's on it with the memes. Or at least the copy-paste. Jingqiu's the one who gets the kill, and it's a quick run over to get this gyro, and they also get the Dark Ascension to come out. So that'll be down, and it'll be daytime once this wears out for quite some time. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Is not going as well as it was in the first 7 minutes for the side of Vici. EHOME bringing it back as Vici faded. He's found quite a bit of farm going into the Necro 3 after this Helm and the Dominator. And he has found some space within the jungle. Meanwhile, like I said, 897, he'll be focusing on this Yasha into a straight BKB. So I thought maybe he'd go for the Ags, but he'll be going into the BKB. Meanwhile, again, we're seeing Xingqiu find so much farm, working on this Rod of Atos halfway towards the Staff of Wizardry. Last game, he was the 4-position Lina that ended second in the net worth for his team. Quite disgusting. They'll look for the sweep. It'll hit on the Xingqiu. They don't have the Earth Splitter, but they will give chase onto the Skywrath Mage. Mystic Flare thrown down. It won't get a kill, and Yang will get credit for that one.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So yeah, they get the Skywrath, but again, more open space here for VT Faded. He was 600 gold away from getting the level 1 Necro book and working really quickly on it. Meanwhile, Maelstrom finished here for Uri, 897. He'll have that Blade of Alacrity in just a second, or have the gold for it. Meanwhile, Ice Path and Dark Ascension used again, but Yang dies. So maybe he thought he was okay, but this is the second time Dark Ascension has kind of fizzled out. We talked about how that first night is very important for the Night Stalker, and, well, since that first night, things haven't been great. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. Frost Shield on the Ember, chasing Innocence down for an easy kill. So they're chasing down these supports. Innocence is 2 of the deaths. 2 of the deaths there are Xingqiu. And then 3 on the Tiny, but yet to die is the Morphin. Yet to die is the Lycan.
No, take gold for me.
2 bounty runes for EHOME there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
There's that Yasha for the Morphling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Faith Beyond nearby, he's got this Blink Dagger. This would be the debut of it. PYW showing himself. Faith Beyond looking to go in. He's also got Xingqiu as well as Innocence here. Sweep will hit. And behind them, they find Yang. So he was trying to wrap around after that sweep. He'll end up dying. Blink will be revealed. Xingqiu gets the kill, and he is now just about having that Rod of Atos. It's going to be a big item, because that is a lot of damage coming out from a 4-position Skywrath Mage that maybe Vici won't be expecting. All of a sudden, it's a 2,000 net worth lead here for EHOME. Innocence gets run down by Yang. They don't really care when they lose this Chikira. It's just not a big deal. At least for now. Smoke moving forward. They'll spot Faith Beyond. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. Avalanche as well as the toss. Now Morphling He's silenced. Faith Beyond on the run. He's hit with the Sinister Gaze will keep him close and they'll get the kill.
The lesson was run.
So another pickoff there for Vici. Pickoff starting to pick up how much gold they've got. And we'll see when they finally try to do something with their items. As you take a look over at Ori with the Maelstrom going into that Yule. It's just about finishing off the recipe. And they've got the Rod of Atos here on Jinku. He's going into a Boots of Travel, so... Rod, silence, and the Mystic Flare to blow him up. And I believe that was the reveal of the Rod of Atos. Absolutely disgusting there now what they're able to do with this Rod of Atos. And I think that puts Vici on notice that they need to be even more careful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
So EHOME wrapping around. See if they can find anybody. Rod of Atos will help them grab a kill here, potentially onto Yang. They will use it. Macropyre laid in with the Ice Path. They don't keep this Night Stalker alive. They will lose Jingqiu in return. But very happy to just exchange that off lane for a 4 position.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So Yang continuing to die here. That is the 4th time he has gone down. Ags next here for Ori. Lycan. He's got the Necro 3 AC coming in. BKB finished for Paparazzi.
Is under attack.
Over VT faded. They okay. They'll throw the Chain Frost. They've got Ice Path. Meanwhile, Ori chasing after VT faded, trying to get this kill on the Lycan. They've got the Yules. That's showing it off for the first time. Faith Beyond coming over to try and save his Lycan, but won't be able to do so. Dark Ascension gets used. Innocence. Dual Breath on the PYW. He's burning low, but Yang comes in to try and help. Innocence will end up dying to the urn, and PYW dies before he could TP back into the base. A lot of gold, however, picked up here for Vici. So 12 to 10. And I believe EHOME are looking bottom once again. Avalanche Toss coming through. DY one more shot till he's dead, but hit with the Frost Blast. TP attempt immediately, but he gets stunned. The guy at Ur is pretty low. Jingqiu will TP out. He'll leave Faith Beyond to die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just leaving, interestingly enough, leaving Faith Beyond to go down there. But at the same time, you know, continuing to extend that lead with their 2 top cores continuing to farm away. VT Faded and Morphling, who's now got that BKB going into a Mantis style, I presume. Ice Path, Mystic Flare, Silence is out, Oregon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Is very quickly again.
Structures are fortified.
It will be that Manta. They show the ability that they've got to just blow up these heroes on the side of Vici. And this is really tough when
Radiant's top tower is
this
under
Rod of
attack.
Atos comes in and Mystic Flare just blows you up, especially with the Ancient Seal that is giving that increased magic damage.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So again, with this open space, with the farming capabilities of the Lycan as well as the Morphling, and the more content Vici are with farming, the better off the EHOME are, as they are really starting to extend their lead. They're going into the AC next, going BKB afterwards on VT Faded, maybe not in that order. But Manta in just a couple hundred gold here for 897, and then the E-Blade afterwards, and that's when Morphling's going to get really scary, especially the longer he's able to hold on to this 10-second BKB.
Radiant are scanning.
So Faith Beyond now on the run. Well, through the Avalanche, they're still trying to give chase. They'll use the Dark Ascension. Void hits, so Ice Path with the Mystic Flare, trying to do enough damage. BKB is going to be popped here by Paparazzi. They've also got the Earth Splitter. Look at the flat cannon coming through from 8-7, killing off DY, looking over at PYW. Homing Missile and some Wolves, looking for the sweep. Won't land on the VT Faded. Homing Missile will get the kill before Lycan's able to close the gap. They take out Paparazzi, 3 heroes dead, looking a Remnant juke away from Morphling. Another Remnant, but he's still got to make sure he doesn't get hit by this homing missile. And, ooh, still an opportunity, but he finally gets far enough back where he's okay, as 897 won't be able to catch up. Continuing to extend the lead. They take out Paparazzi again. I think maybe Faith Beyond, since he is 4, 6, and 8, might have calmed down with the copy-paste from last game. Now you're getting your triangle farmed, but bring over the gyro as well as the Lich. The Ice Path laid down. Avalanche toss coming in. Oh, Ori in a lot of trouble with the sweep comes through, and now this turns terrible for EHOME. BKB's going to be popped. They look over at Faith Beyond. He's getting hit up. Macropire laid down. They get the gun to Innocence. They lose DUI. Take out Faith Beyond. That's a 2-for-1. Double kill there for Paparazzi. Behind them, though, is VT Faded. He'll run into this as 897 gives chase for a moment, but the homing missile gets thrown his way, and he wants to really back off.
Never refuse go. Sustains. Your place is here.
Silence. A lot of Atos. There's the Yules. Can they stay on top of them? Yes, they can. Ori unable to escape. So EHOME really holding their own in this series and well on their way to a potential 2-0. Which, in the grand scheme of their group, would put them at 5 points. 2 points ahead of Vici, who would only have one more series to go to make up the ground and would put EHOME in a chance against Sirius to lock up the top spot. They win this game here and they probably lock the top spot, unless they somehow get 2-0'd by Sirius, who sit bottom of the group. So we'll have to see how this one ends before we can really make a call there. And Vici Faded moving forward. Paparazzi's here with Ori. Ag's finished for the Night Stalker.
Radiant's middle tower
So
is
we'll
under
have that
attack.
Void and an AoE to run at these heroes. How big's that AoE? Pretty big. Sorry. Just not quick enough on the cough button that I don't have. I have to open up a program and turn the mic off. Sometimes I'm just not quick enough. Ag's also finished here for the Ember. You look at the difference between what this Jingqiu Skyrath has. He's going for a Hex. And he's not too far off of it either. Like, that's what's impressive from Jingqiu. He always knows how to find some sort of farm. Vici, if they could buy some time, they're looking for the Ags on the Gyrocopter. I would assume that Satanic would be after that. Uri's got the Ags. He's going into a BKB. And this is a potential fight around the Roche Pit during the night that lasts another minute and 40 seconds. Oh, Remnant. Side of Fist Searing Chains coming through on a Faith Beyond. Taking a while to kill him, but nobody's coming over from EHOME to help him. He will eventually fall. We'll be over to Yang.
Is under attack.
So, nobody coming over to help that Faith Beyond Tiny, now dead for the 8th time. But, you know, with that being said, it's not really Faith Beyond's game to find that kind of farm. He's keeping the map open for the Morphling and the Lycan. And, you know, despite the 8 deaths, he's done his job. Morphling sitting top of the net worth, Lycan 600 gold behind the Gyrocopter. As long as they stay alive and Faith Beyond, he's the one who dies. I think he'd be more than happy and willing to give up that kind of farming space. Now they might find the Skyrath Mage, Rocket Barrage through, and he is ultimately dead.
Wings of the night. Arms for the dead.
The 3 bounty runes there, equating to 1,500 gold going their way. They're gonna lose DY in this spot. That Chain Frost is leaving a lot to be desired. And the pace of the game just kind of slowing down pretty heavily. It was aggressive from EHOME, and it was shutting down Vici opening space, but, you know, now both teams a little more content with farming away. I think Vici know how far behind they are. They'd like an item or two on their heroes, and they're going for the Ags on the Gyro. 800 gold from that, and then they'd love the BKB on Uri, and if they can wait long enough, Yang as well. But EHOME start to invade the jungle. Avalanche, Sleight of Fist coming through, concussive shot. Ori needs to be careful. He'll Remnant back. They've got the suit, but here's the Mystic Flare. Not going to be enough damage. The call down coming in as well as the Earth Splitter. Jingqiu getting low. He dies to Eurus. And now the Remnant forward once again. Vici might be finding their spot to take this game into their hands. Double kill for Paparazzi. BKB will run out in a couple seconds. Remnant back, Avalanche through, Rocket Barrage, Spirit Vessel on the Tiny, and they get the kill. Radiant lose their courier. That's the Gyro Ags gone. All of a sudden, 897 moving forward turns into the Ember. Sleight of Fist, but no Searing Chains to land. Waveform in once again. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Ice Path coming through. They've got the sweep. It's on the Morphling. Want to focus 897, and with the Chain Frost, they get the kill. Now Lycan, he's hit with the Yules. The chase is on to kill VT Faded. The attempt at TPing out will be successful. That means you are losing Innocence. And all of a sudden, this game is back to even. In the Roche they go, and Vici all of a sudden have brought this game back and sit in a really good spot. That's if they can get this Aegis. They're going to shapeshift for it. They'll come over. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, not going to land on any of these heroes. The Rod of Atos as well as the Mystic Flare, but the 4-step away. Xingqiu in a lot of trouble. He'll be rooted up. He'll end up dying. Shapeshift was committed to this. Remnant onto the high ground. Ori just trying to back away any of these heroes coming through, though. And the Aegis is picked up by Paparazzi. They also get the kill. They lose Faith Beyond. That was ambitious. And all of a sudden, things heavily fall apart for EHOME. Oh boy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So it's a 3,000 net worth lead here for Vici. They turn that around in a hurry. About 5 minutes, maybe less, or maybe a little bit more, and they got the lead back into their hands. Vici in a happy spot up 2,000 net worth. They will have the Ags here for Gyrocopter in just 10 seconds when the Courier's finally back alive. Also going towards that Satanic, which they're not too far off of either. So, you know, Satanic with the Ags and the Butterfly is going to be nice here for Paparazzi. They've caught the Yules onto Ori. BKB will committed to this. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, and Xingqiu on the run. But not too certain he's going to survive as BKB runs out when the Remnant is away. Oh my god, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, 3 TPs coming over. Faith Beyond not happy about this, and he is dead again. For the 11th time.
All warfare is asymmetric.
Dying again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Losing some towers here is Vici taking the mid tier 2. VT faded. Caught again. Yang getting the kill here. Dead for the second time. He has felt ineffective in a lot of these spots. Just not really doing enough. And Faith Beyond dead again. I try to find Paparazzi, but he'll pop the BKB. 897 is here to maybe give chase. We'll continue to move there. Chain Frost committed, but We'll lose DY instead. However, now here comes Ori. Remnant forward, 897, waveform away, Ice Path on 2 with the macro fire. I don't know if that was necessary.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Faith Beyond dying 12 times. For all you French folk, lose it. 12 times. I think it's similar in Spanish too. Duse. Look, Chase Jingqiu, who has been falling off immensely. Remnant forward, sleight of fist, steering chains. BKB is going to be popped by Ori as well as Paparazzi. They'll get the kill into Jingqiu, but the Rocket Barrage coming in. 897 trying to do the damage. They'll take out Ori. They've got the Aegis on the Gyro Cup to already use the BKB, so I'll have everybody around here. Dual Breath used, Avalanche Toss, looking over. Frost Shield, not sure that's going to be enough. BKB's been popped by Faith Beyond. They'll get the kill there. Yang, double damage, but he is getting hit up hard, as is PYW, but they take out 897! Oh, I don't know if that was their intention. The BKB from Yang now giving chase on to Innocence. Ice Path laid in, and Yang still giving chase with the Void. Gets the kill. Elder Titan getting low. I believe he was able to escape. Now they finally have the Rod of Atos with the Mystic Flare to kill Yang. Yes? Maybe? There it is. Oh, three-pointer there with the creep. Or in French, the trois pointer. I don't know how you say three-pointer in French. Took 8 years of it and I don't know anything. So down to a 2,000 net worth lead as this game continuing to go back and forth. Medallion picked up for the Elder Titan, who's got a BKB and a Vlad's. You know, not really far behind overall. And actually in front of Jingqiu, who he was behind for so long. I remember when he started to try and get this Hex. It feels like years ago.
Dire are scanning.
It is mine.
Ori. Here to spot Jingqiu and get another kill. Taking him out for the 9th time if he gets him. And there it is with the BKB and then the Remnant away. So continually picking off these supports, and that is Jingqiu dead for 100 seconds. Roche back in, potentially 50. Shapeshift committed to this. As they're going to try and come over bottom to kill Paparazzi. BKB committed. And, well, he's out. See you later. Deathly Strike. They're coming in, sleight of fist. Now they've got themselves Yang. BKB's going to be popped by 897 as well as Faith Beyond, who tries to get out of there. Immediately TP's out, and he's going to escape. They'll give up Innocence for it. They need to give up a support to get the lives of the cores away. PYW wants to find a sleep on 897, who went back and started to farm. The sleep actually doesn't hit, but they will spot. VT faded with the Remnant forward. They won't catch him. But there was an attempt made.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sleight of fist, searing chains action, nothing more. Vici, you know, they did grab the lead a while back, but EHOME have done a good job to keep it relatively close. I feel like this is a game that could have really fallen away from EHOME quite quickly. And we're up 7,000 net worth now. Now down 4,000 net worth, so an 11,000 net worth like shift, but at least doing some damage control and not allowing Vici to run away with the game after giving up their lead. They've got the Yules. 9-7 able to avoid the stomp that was coming through. Still hard to kill this Morphling, but the BKB down to 6 seconds. The Lycan still sits at 8. Gyro should be 5. Yang's got his, that's going to be at 8. Ori's got his, that's down to 7. You know, BKB's a plenty here. But, all of them starting to get a little bit low. Come over, they'll have their smoke broken. VT faded, needs to get out. He'll try to shapeshift. The void is there, as well as the BKB that's going to be popped by this Lycan. Now the chase is on. 897 moving forward, but into the BKB of Paparazzi. They've got the Sinister Gaze. 897 pops the BKB. He's alive for now. PYW, he'll pop his BKB as well. Jingq already dead. They'll throw the tree. Not going to do enough. Chain Frost bouncing around. And they get the kill on the Morphling. Now they look over at Jakiro. Make that a third. Remnant coming in. As they'll try to run VT Faded out of this one. But Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. They'll pop the Lycans on Ori. Get the Yules on the Tiny. They just want to try and stop the TP of the Lycan. And will. And all of a sudden, Sinister Gaze is there. The BKB's popped by Faith Beyond. And he's got no way out of this. He might get a kill on the DY. But the Force Staff away. And there it is, one more shot, but it's a full team wipe for Vici. So, 5 for 1. Very favorable fight there from Vici Gaming, and then into Roche once again, and the timings are impeccable. Eggs picked up, bounties picked up, all 4 going their way.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Start to clean up top. Oh, Jingq again. Caught. Pops the Lycans, has the Mystic Flare as well as the Hex, but now he's dead for 90, so... Did for a while, has that Hex, uses it once, and I may not have an opportunity to use it again.
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top
Grab the top set.
Dire's top barracks.
Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains coming out here. DY goes down to VT Faded. Chain Frost bouncing around. VT Faded with the BKB has to run away with the Shapeshift too. EHOME in a bit of a difficult spot. Avalanche as well as the toss. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. That'll lock up Faith Beyond again. Morphling trying to do all the damage he can onto Yang. Waveform forward, committing to this. Gets the kill. He's dead for 100, but has buyback and will commit it. Macropyre comes down. Morphling running away. 897 with a little bit of health, but they get the kill on the Lycan. They look over the Jakiro, get themselves a second. Faith Beyond, all he can do is just watch. It's him and 897 against the world.
Dire's middle barracks is fortified.
Oh, they found the sleep. This is bad. A lot of damage being done. They'll take him out sooner rather than later. And they'll also follow it up with a kill on 897, and GG's been called by EHOME. So they end up splitting the series at 1 apiece, which is huge. I'm not sure what tiebreakers are in the situation that they do tie. If there is a tie along the group stage, an additional best of 1 will be played until the tie breaks. Oh, so maybe we do 11 games tonight, as EHOME will be up against Sirius, unless Sirius can swipe a game against EHOME like they did Vici. Because Vici are up against Look for Smile. I don't want to underestimate them, as I might have when they played Sirius and they 2-0'd them, but we'll see. 16-3 and 17 for Paparazzi, 10-6 and 18 for Yang, 14-4 and 17 for Ori. Back in 4th here, EHOME had a 7,000 net worth lead, gave it up, and ended up losing the game. And it ends up being a 2-0 for EHOME over Vici. Or a 1-1, sorry. That is the complete wrong score. A 1-1 tie between these two teams. Sorry, I expected it to be 2-0 and just that sentence where I said EHOME had the lead. Then brought me to bring the next sentence, which was stupid. But a 1-1 split, EHOME against Vici. And we'll be back for the next series in just a moment. IG against Look for Smile. IG sitting at 3 points. They can be a factor in this as well. So we'll be back in just a moment. Stay right there.